Here's the transmission sitting up in the tunnel. So basically what I'm going to do now is scan this how it is and then make my transmission mount. And for pinion angle, so we have this set at 0 for the diff. And then we come over here, put that straight, and then it's pretty damn close to 0. And you want to go off of all three and basically get the closest one of all three. 0.1, and that's 0. It has to be, just has to be close. You want to stay within 1 and 2 degrees, ideally. But, so that's how it looks in the tunnel. So, it actually needs to come this way a little bit, so I have to hammer the firewall a little bit more because you want this centered, ideally, in between. So I'll be able to make the mount with this scan how it is and just shift it in SolidWorks. This is the scanning process. You just put these locating dots all around, and then you spray the scanning spray. That way the scanner can pick it up. And then you just grab it, shoot it, and then this is kind of what you end up with. So, came out pretty good. And from here I can make my transmission mount. So, yeah, that looks really good. Cool. Okay, so this is the final, I'd say final, I assume final edition of the transmission mount. So it's going to have basically a plate that mounts on either side of the trans tunnel with backing plates. And then it'll have a crossbar with holes in the middle to hold the stock transmission mount up. So, yeah. So basically you'll have to drill 4 holes, here, 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 and then this is gonna line up with the M6 on the chassis. So I'm actually cutting it out right now, so I'll go update you on that. So here is our new Boss plasma table, which is super nice. Basically, this is the process. You import the DXF file from SolidWorks or whatever CAD program that you use. And then you can go into CAM profiling, which you basically route the plasma routing, and then your CNC, which gives you all your settings and everything. So I am using 3/16 mild steel. Obviously, I've cut out a couple of the transmount parts, but I was going to show this last one. And that is on there to basically clamp down the sheet because it's warped just through production. So in order to keep the plate level on the bed, I use that. So here's a couple of the parts so far. We have the backing plates, all 4 backing plates right there. This is the crossbar that will need to be bent. And we have a press that has a bend attachment, which is what I'll be using. And then these 2 are the last of the side mounts that also will need to be bent. So basically, you import it, you do all your stuff that you need to do. You start all your plasma cuts in the center. And then basically you can go in and do a dry run, which is what this is. So you click dry run, it goes and starts and does its thing. And it shows you through the steps of what it's doing. without actually turning the plasma on, so you know if it's gonna hit anything or anything like that. You'll be good. So yep, it's just going through the steps. Doesn't take very long. And once I confirm everything looks good here, I'll do an actual cut, and I'll show that in a second. So it finishes, it'll go back to its set home position right now. Cool. And that's its home. And basically you set where you want to start it, your X, Y, and you probe for the Z, and then you go in, you unclick dry run, and then you reset this and fire away. And now the fun part is fishing it out of the water. But yeah, that's basically the process, and it comes out like this. There is some post-processing you have to do, obviously, with a little bit with a plasma. Some grime that you'll just have to sand off or grind off or whatever. But now I can basically put it into the press with our press attachment, which we're gonna get a true bender here soon. But this basically goes on to the press, and then you press it down and just go until the correct angle that you're reaching, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then hopefully it'll all work, and then I don't have to cut anymore. But I'm gonna fish these out and show you kind of final product after this. So here's all the plasmid sheet metal. Like I said, these are 3/16 steel, pre-bent. So basically there's gonna be 8 bends right here and right here on both of them, so that's 4, and then right here, 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 and here, as on the CAD drawing, basically to get this level with these, and then this is where the bushings sit. So gonna bend them and then make sure it all fits. So yeah. So here we have the crossbar bent at the correct angle, and so now I just have to bend each bend right here and right there, and basically all I'm doing is using our press with this 90-degree and then putting it in and pressing it down. So pretty simple. I'm just going off of my drawing file from my SolidWorks design to basically use the angle finder and straight edge with dimensions to basically mark the bend line, and then bending it until the correct angle. So just gonna do these 2 bends on both of these and then be able to fit it in the car. Okay, current update. It's holding itself up. I have not drilled all the holes that I need to drill, but it looks really good. So this is where we're at. Just like the CAD model, we have the 4 bolts that'll be on each plate, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the sides. This lines up with the 6 mil, so it's holding it up right now, doing all that it can do. And then these bend, and then have a crossbar that goes across, and then centers the transmission up into the trans tunnel. So no more block of wood and ratchet strap. It looks really good. It's sturdy as hell, with no bolts in it, so this thing is not going anywhere. So super happy. It's still isolated because it has the bushings that are poly, and then just oversized washers on the bottom, and then washers on top, which is what it comes with. So super happy, super stoked. Let's check our level. Obviously it's not fully bolted right now, so it'll change a little bit, but let's check our angle here. So line this up, we zero it out. Oh, I think I just messed it up. Yeah. 0. We check this, 0.07, awesome. 0. Kind of hard to see that, 0.07 as well. And check the top one, and it's 0.08 or so. So super happy with drive shaft angle. It'll change a little bit, but it's in spec. It looks really good. So after we get this all tidied up, I can order my drive shaft, take the measurement. I can start routing the exhaust, but it looks really good in the transmission tunnel. I'm super happy with it, and you can definitely weld this if you want. I am not, because there's no need. You just have to basically drill holes right here and right here, which are all lined up with the 6 mil, and then just put nuts in the back side, and then locking nuts, and then you should be good. So I do have to clearance firewall a little bit more, nothing crazy, just a little bit. It's hard to see, but just a little bit. And then height wise with the transmission mount is pretty damn good. So this is at the pinch weld and the frame rails lined up. So definitely happy about this. Is honestly the lowest part right here, but the exhaust is gonna be low. So super stoked on how this came out, and it wasn't very difficult. So yeah.